Okay, oh, there's one. Let's see if winter hiccups. Hold on. I want to catch one. Okay, hey. Nope. Don't do that. Sorry, it's a little loud there, you guys. Okay. What is up, people? Hold on, sorry. What is up, people? It's your boy Peyton. And in today's video, I have Winter, my 3-foot long American Bulldog Pitbull mix. He's doing pretty damn good, you guys. Happy to report. So today I'll be giving a 4-year update. 2-year update. Because I did update you guys, I believe in 2022, at least 2021. So, I got my MacBook Air M4 here. It's got notes on it because there's a lot of shit to cover with this dog. I can't wait to talk now. I'm going to just adjust him. Okay, so, I tell you what, so there he is, there's his face. I tell you what, you guys, it took some, maneuvering to get Winter where he is because he does not like to be held. He does nip a little when you try and hold him. I get it. It's an 85-pound animal. You know, they don't want to be held. I get it. Now, I'm not really fully holding him. His head's on my knee or leg, not my knee. And the rest of it is kind of on the bed. But I wanted to hold him like this so he stays right here where I can control him. I will be using this choke collar to maneuver him a little bit as I see fit. I brought my phone, of course, to record. Got my MacBook. Got these treats here, too, to keep him here. So let's get into the update. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. So, on my first note, I have...
Authentication. Login, enter.
Oh, that's...
Secure
yeah.
Notes. Ankle bottom. Window. Edit text. Insert
So...
beginning of text. Ankle bottom.
So these are stories, memories, updates. So when Winter was a puppy, he had this behavior where he would come inside from a poop or a pee, and he would just start biting your ankles. He would go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, biting your ankles and all that. So nipping. Let's see. Yeah, he's obviously grown out of that. He's 4 years old. This was like when he was a little puppy. He did this.
Misspelled. Clicky. Jaws.
The next behavior, we're kind of in the behaviors section. This is some of his behaviors he used to do. This next behavior is called clicky jaws. So what Winter used to do when he was kind of riled up and wanting to play was he would go... Wait, I'm going to try and do it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but when you click your jaws together, he used to have a jaw click he'd do when he was, kind of wild. He wanted to bite or nip, whatever. He has since grown out of this, I believe. Now, this next one.
Body. Touchpad head.
So, touchpad head. So, what he used to do was, when I would touch this part of his head right here, the top of the head, he would swivel his head and bite. He actually does exhibit this behavior still. Not too often, and when he bites, it's like a little nip, like, not that big. It's not like a crazy bite or nothing. It's way less than what he used to do with the puppy bites.
Barks and chases after animals, people, and vehicles.
So, this is another behavior he continues to do. I did talk about this in the 2021-2022 updates. Mr. Winter here does love to bark and chase after vehicles, people, and animals. When I was talking about this, it was vehicles and people, or vehicles and animals. I do need to explain the people because, yeah, okay, so when he's on W's, or, mainly when he's on W's, he has escaped before, and we'll talk about those. So when he's on W's, he has this choke collar for a reason. And the reason is that he does chase after the aforementioned things. So we need to keep him safe and, him back from other people. Now, if you were to find an animal, yes, he would, eat it. But he loves to chase it after cars and, well, mostly trucks, but he does cars. Now, people, he does kind of rush after people, but if he actually went face to face with someone, he would most likely just jump on them and give them a little kiss attack. I don't think he'd actually hurt anyone. He's not a danger. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's cuteness right there. That ain't no danger. Right? Okay. There might be more things that come up, so if there is, I'll update you guys. There are some things I wish I could get dates on, and if I do, I will add those to the description as needed.
Hey, Dad.
So, there was one time, one of my, this is a story. My dad was taking Winter into the shower because he does need showers. He gets showers, and, well, he did bite my dad, and he did break some skin and bleed, make my dad bleed a little. That was a while ago. That was a long time ago.
May 29, 2021. Bit mother while having a bone.
Okay, so on May 29, 2021, he was 7 months old. 7 months. This is 4 years. This is 4 years old now, this is a 4-year-old dog now. He doesn't do this crap. But whilst eating a bone, he did bite my mom, and he bit her on the finger. And this is one thing, when Winter has a bone, it is best not to go by him. It's just plain and simple. Just don't go by your dog when he has a bone. They're going to get food. They could get toy aggressive, bone aggressive, food aggressive, whatever. It's pretty standard stuff. So, yes, he did do that. He did, try and bite me. I stood my ground. I wasn't afraid. And he's gotten much better with bones. I mean, I can sit by him while he's eating a bone. He's a really good dog.
Avoids me.
So this is a recent behavior, I'd say, between 3 and 4. So it's important for you guys to know that for Winter's first 2 years of life, he required 3 hours of play every single day. Now, when he was 3, I forgot what he did. He didn't really do as much, maybe an hour or 2. Where's this? Okay, that's a blanket. I was seeing if his tail was right by my foot or whatever. So recently, ever since I haven't been playing with him as much because he doesn't need it. He's not as energetic. He doesn't come up to me for play. You know what, you guys, really quick, I'm going to do something. I should have done this before I started. Just give me 2 seconds. There you go. So, obviously, Winter's locked in a room. Literally locked. I locked the door so no one can open this room while I'm filming. I just took off his collar, his choke collar, because he does need it on. So this is the choke collar he has. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, I know. My camera angles suck. No one wants to film with me. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to adjust Mr. Winter here. Good boy. Bless you. So, recently, I'm trying to work on this with him because, him and I, Winter and I, we've had a really good relationship with the first 2 years. I played with him. There was family members that would play with him for a short amount of time, but I was the one who did 3 hours. But recently, let's say Winter is on this bed. Let's take this bed, for example. Every morning, or almost every morning, I try and come in here and be like, "Hi, Winter, how you doing?" Give him a little kiss. He gives me a kiss. I should have brought some damn water, but oh well, it's too late. For me, because Winter has his own water bowl. And yeah, so he's been avoiding me. He'll, jump off the couch, jump off the bed, wherever I am. He just avoids me. I don't get it. I played with him. I used to feed him. I don't feed him in this house because I don't know where his stuff is, and yeah. But yeah, so that's one of his behaviors. And really quick, I just want to mention something really quick. I forgot about this. One day in his first 2 years of life, I took him outside to play with him. And we had a glass water bowl out there, so he could get the water outside. And he picked it up and he shattered it. I quickly ran over, cleaned up the pieces. No one was harmed. Don't worry. And we were watching Viper Keeper. So yeah, that's something I forgot to add.
Authentication. Login. Enter password.
And
60 notes. Ankle batter. Body. Raw trapped in house.
oh.
Edit text. Insertion at beginning of word.
So yeah. So just to recap really quick. Yeah, if I'm on this bed and I'm not holding him, if he's on his free will, whatever. I mean, he can get up right now if he wanted, but I've, got him into a submissive state. For now, anyway. He'll just jump off and avoid me. So, the next one is, he brought a rat into the house. Now, this is the same day my sister Addison crushed a frog by closing the door. It was an accident, don't worry. It wasn't like we did it on purpose. I love animals. Pretty much everyone loves animals that I know or tolerates them, whatever. And so, after a long time of being outside, I brought Winter inside. He ran in my room, and I could tell something was up, so I got him out, and I found something in the middle of the room, so I had my dad get it. Lo and behold, it was a freaking rat. I feel like that's got to be on someone's Facebook, on my family members' Facebooks. Geez, that didn't make sense. One of my family members' Facebooks, whatever. So yeah, he did bring a rat inside the house. That was in 2021 or 2022. I know that.
Title. Ankle batter. Title. Contains paragraphs. Expect body. Interacted. Raw trapped in house. Interacted with Gotham. Maggie. And.
So, previously I said he doesn't like dogs in my first 2 updates. He has since interacted with dogs Maggie, Gotham, Walden, and Panda. Panda has passed away. Maggie, we are not in contact with Maggie's owner at this time. I don't think we'll ever be, and that's okay with me. That's a separate video. Gotham, I don't know when he'll be in contact with, but Walden, that's our family friend's dog. And they're going to be here in August, and Walden's going to be back, so Winter will get to interact with Walden again. There's a video of Winter and Walden being walked. That's literally what it's titled. Go watch it. Good boy, you're being really good. I like this. And, yeah, I mean, he's a little odd with the dogs. I mean, there's definitely an adjustment period, but he's really good. He does sniff the dogs a lot, and he likes to play with the dogs, so he really does, but yeah, he's a good boy. And he's been interacting with dogs since, I think, late 2021, 2022, something like that.
A hornworm.
So, this is a funny one. So, I had a hornworm. It was like the last hornworm, and for some reason I wanted to release it. I don't know why. But I had it in my hand, right? I had it. And then all of a sudden, this dude, right here, this little guy, comes up, just takes it out of my hand nonchalantly. He's a very gentle food taker. I mean, when he takes it from your hand, it's very gentle. He's very gentle about it. So yeah, he ate a hornworm. And a hornworm, just put it in Google, is like a hornworm. And it's a big worm with suction cups and like a small horn on the front of its face.
8 grasshoppers.
So back at the old house, when he could go outside in the middle of the day, and he didn't just go outside for WALKS, he used to eat grasshoppers. This was a puppy face. I think he grew out of it by 3 years old. I forgot.
Stole a plate of pineapple pizza.
So, this is another fun memory. So, we had a plate. My sister Addison had a plate of pineapple pizza in the kitchen, and she went to the bathroom. And keep in mind, this was something he did as a puppy. Now, he might occasionally steal food nowadays, but he really doesn't do that anymore, from what I can recall. I mean, I left food on easy access points where he could get it, and he just leaves it alone nowadays. But he might sneak a little French fry every now and again, huh? Oh, buddy, he's a good dog. He's a good dog. He big. Yeah. So he goes up to this pizza. You know, he puts 2 paws up, and he just goes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Eddie's gonna be so mad. I'm like, oh no, I feel bad for you. Obviously, you would never be hurt by anyone, but like you might be yelled at. You know, yeah, good boy. You're reading my mind. Okay. See, he's being really good, and he's pretty much always a good boy now. Oh, you wanna go? Okay. Yeah, so then Eddie comes up and she's like, well, at least we know he likes pineapple now. So, yeah.
Used to steal my bag of magnets.
So when he was a teensy-beensy puppy, I mean like 4 to 7 months old, when we would play, he would just grab my bag of magnets and just taunt me by running all over the room with them. And then I'd catch him. I would throw the blanket over him, scoop him up, catch him, then grab my magnets.
Used to steal shoes and stuffed animals.
So I put used to steal shoes and stuffed animals, but he does do this sometimes. But he usually doesn't do anything. But today, he actually stole, Harper might hear me. We're trying to hide this from Harper. But, today, he, took my sister Harper's doll, Boo, and he bit a hole in the doll's head, so, yeah. But he has stolen my shoes, plenty other people's shoes. Look, this update is starting to sound like Winter's a rascal, but a lot of this is when he was a puppy, this is, typical puppy antics. Except for that one thing he did today. That was a bad boy. He got a little nose boop for that, I believe.
Sniffed and barked at me.
So, this was like a little memory. I was holding him as a puppy. He turned around, came up to me, and he just sniffed me and then barked at me. I don't know why he did that.
Oxtails.
So, we used to give him these treats called oxtails. We haven't in a while because he threw up after a couple of them usually. But they were about 1 foot long, and they were, oxtails. They were, as the name implies, and he would be as defensive of that as a bone. So, yeah, he hasn't had those in a while. Maybe we'll try those again.
Threw up twice.
So, there was this one time when he threw up twice in a row, and my family and I were starting to get worried that something was wrong. It turns out he just had something bad. He has thrown up a decent amount of times, but every time, he's been okay. Sometimes dogs throw up. It just happens. Now, if he were to throw up more than 3 times, I would say we take him to the vet, But that one time we were kind of scared because he was a little puppy. He's a little puppy. Yeah. All right.
Misspelled. Pooper.
Pooper. So I spelled this treat name wrong in the notes. Pepperoni, so I have a little memory to share about pepperoni. He does get pepperoni, and that's what these are right here. Oh, he's eyeing that bag up. Hold on, you guys. Got to give my boy a treat. There you go. Good boy. So, my grandpa, he has to subscribe and save through Amazon for these pepperoni treats. And so we get them every month. But there's a memory. So, my dad brought some pepperoni home from PetSmart one day. And this dog's tail just went. It was like a freaking whip. That thing was wagging so fast. Oh, hold on. Starting to lose them here. Let me readjust so you guys. All right. Good boy. Okay. Oh, now I have to, okay. I was wondering where that choke collar went. Okay. I just have to adjust him a little bit. Okay, he's not having that. Alright, that's fine. That'll work for me. Yeah, so that was a fun memory.
Peed on my carpet.
So, there was this one time I was literally minutes away from taking him outside, you guys. As a puppy, I need to add that because, I mean, Winter might get a lot of hate in the comments if I don't say. Most of these things that are bad happened when he was in his first 2 years. Which, yeah, it's a little odd for crazy stuff to happen after his first year. But, he's a good boy now. He's a really good boy now, you guys. So, yeah, he's a good boy. There's his belly. Weirdly, really quick, he doesn't have much of a reflex sometimes. Alright, what was the...
Threw up on my carpet. Peed on my carpet.
Okay. So...
Threw up on my carpet during a thunderstorm. Peed in Sister Addison's mattress.
Alright. So, I have a few things here. So, he peed on my carpet when I was minutes away from taking him outside. I was getting ready. I was putting my shoes on. And all I hear is... And I'm like, you did not just pee on my carpet, bro. It's 2 in the morning. I don't want to go outside. And all I hear is that... I know what that means. So, I forgot what I did, but I'm sure I handled that in a good way. So one time he did throw up on my carpet during a thunderstorm. All I hear is come out of his mouth during a thunderstorm. And yeah, he threw up. And he is very scared of thunderstorms, fireworks, loud banging sounds that come out of nowhere. He's very scared. Yeah, and he runs to me, and I get to pick him up and hold him. Another thing I forgot was, during his first 4th of July, he actually, wouldn't go to the bathroom. He was so scared. So, the neighbors were nice enough to stop the fireworks and let him go pee, and then once, he came back inside, the fireworks resumed. I love fireworks. I love 4th of July even more with Winter because I can hold him. He usually doesn't let me hold him. Or if they're bribing with treats and just be, very slow. So he did also pee on my sister Addison's mattress that one time. It was a while ago. It was just sitting out. He jumped on it and peed on it. And yeah, my sister wasn't too happy, obviously.
Pooped on main rug twice.
So, there was a couple times where he did poop on the main... on the main rug, and yeah. It's not funny, but I'm just imagining the mess that people had to pick up, and those times were recent. And he ran into my room and was shaking, but he's body trained now. He's good.
Pooped in Crystal River.
So there was one time in Crystal River during the hurricane where he pooped somewhere on the ground in Crystal River.
Him and I went outside during Tropical Storm Elsa.
So this was a crazy thing him and I did. He had to go outside during a tropical storm named Elsa. I forgot when that was. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was going to try and guess, but I have no idea. And I was like, yes, go pee. It's a tropical storm. It's been hours. Let's go out there. So him and I actually went outside during the damn tropical storm. So, yeah, this dog's a tough cookie.
Entered list checklist item. Incomplete. Ice Cube game.
You guys know what the ice cube game is, but I'll just do a little refresher. I used to grab 3 bags of ice cubes and from the ice cube tray. And I'd bring Winter outside and throw ice cubes until the bags were empty. Then sometimes I'd reload and we'd go back out there again. This was when he was, crazy. He required 2 or 3 hours a day of playtime. And yeah, this was, if you have a backyard and you have a high energy dog like this, it's going to take a couple hours to get him ready to go to sleep. Do the ice cube game. I mean, that's a really good way to lower your dog's energy because they're intaking water while they're going full speed. And it might be for some dogs, it might be a good idea, maybe for older dogs especially. I could be wrong. I've heard of this before. To feed the dog or give the dog ice cubes after 6 p.m. to, so they don't have to go pee outside at 2 in the morning.
Checklist item incomplete. New line. Exited list. This entered this checklist item. Incomplete. New line. Edit entered this checklist item in space. Checklist IQ. Ice cube gang X6 escapes. April 29th, 2025. The ducks. The 6 escapes.
Okay. So this is where I have to use my memory. I wish I would have wrote more details. But Winter has escaped 6 times. As a puppy. Most of the times. So there was one time where my family, or my sister Harper, wanted to show her friends a scarecrow they made. Then Winter ran out the back garage. He was found. There was another time where he escaped through the fence, and he almost got hit by a FedEx truck, but we caught him. That's when he was a little puppy, and we had to zip tie the fence just to keep this damn dog in. And for the record, I want to just say, none of these escapes were most of them, were not the family's fault. This one. So, during an AC outage, my sister Addison was bringing in some friends, and he ran out, so maybe she could have closed the door quicker. Yeah, but he only got a few houses down, and then he was captured. Oh, this dog. Okay, so the fence, the garage, okay. There's another time when my family wanted to go get Gotham a dog to meet Winter, and Winter did run out when they tried to leave. This most recent one was when they were in Crystal River. My dad had a bunch of garbage, and we were trying to walk out, and Winter just bolts. He just bolts out the door, but it's not funny. It's not. But we caught him. We caught him, thankfully. The part of the reason I'm laughing is it was a gated community. It was a very controlled situation. There was a golf course nearby, but there weren't crazy cars going fast. It was a controlled situation, and we were able to bring him safely back inside. There was another time when my mom was trying to pick up a Walmart order, and Winter bolted out. She was able to get him inside very quickly. Those are the escapes. On April 29th, 2025, in an incident I called the ducks, this is when I was doing my dream journal, or my journaling. My mom took Winter for a WALK, and Winter pulled her into a nearby pond with ducks. She dropped the leash for some reason. I wouldn't have done that personally. I would have hung on. But she was able to get him back inside. The situation was, again, very controlled. And for the record, I just want to state, I don't really believe there's much fault in these escapes.
Authentication. Login, enter password. Window. Secure edit notes. Ankle body. Body. April took a PlayStation 4 control. April 29th, 2025.
Yeah, so. And during that scarecrow one, that was a wild one. He was a little puppy too, so we got him in after 20 minutes.
Took a PlayStation 4 controller. April 29th, took a PlayStation 4 controller.
So during one of his escapades, I think someone might be here. No. We're almost done. I promise. I know. Okay. So there's one time when he did take my dad's PlayStation 4 controller. Again, I couldn't get it away from him, and we ended up getting a new controller.
Ate some piggies in a blanket that mother was chewing computer charger. Took a PlayStation 4. Ate some piggies in a blanket that mother was cooking.
So, this was again when he was a puppy. My mom was cooking some piggies in a blanket, and I'm going to stress this from the get-go. The food was prepared. It was ready to serve. It was not while the food was cooking that this incident occurred. I need to stress that because, people can assume things really quickly, and I just need to make sure I cover my family and I's butts. My my mom did post about this on Facebook, so I probably could have went through it and found the date, but it was a while ago. And he just stepped up to the stove, like the pineapple pizza incident. Or not the stove. We had it somewhere where, like, it wasn't the stove. And he started eating all them piggies in a blanket. So Winter had a full belly. He had a full belly. Eat big. Okay, so the next one. Chewed my computer charger. Not this computer. He did not chew the computer charger for this. He chewed my first computer's charger. And, he just chewed it. I ran up to him, and he chewed it. And my dad was very mad at Winter, and he was put in the cage for a few minutes to serve a punishment. So there are a few memories that have come back. So he did chew my right AirPod, I believe, in like 2021, 2022. No later than that. And I bought a new one. I loved take my AirPods and putting them in when I would go outside with him, because there was a lot of mosquitoes, and I don't like bugs in my ears. I'm kind of weird about that. And so, yeah, I chewed it, and I ordered a new one. So there was another one where Winter actually kicked my second computer I had. Again, not this one. I kicked it off the bed, and the top or the bottom fell off, and thankfully the computer was not injured. Let's see. He hasn't really been doing his zoomies. He did do it once recently while on a walk. He never really does it inside the house, but this is a definite puppy memory. We used to have a house for him, like a little doggy house. It was inside, it was never outside. It was like a little inflatable thing, and he would go inside the house, sit for a little bit, and then he'd run outside the house, puppy bite again. Within the first 4 months that we had him, this happened, and he bit my dad. But before my dad could get him in the cage, he just ran back in the house, ran back out, bit him, and then eventually we gave him a little time in the cage, which we got rid of because he's a really good boy. He's a good boy. Whoops. There was another time where he might have actually saved a dog. There's this older dog. I think my mom says she was like 13 at her old house. And it was named Zoe. I think she was a little chihuahua. And Winter ran up to the fence and barked at her. And the owners were like, hey, maybe this barking from Winter kept her, where she was because she was scared or something. And they said we had a beautiful dog. Just trying to think. There's his big old head. I hope to have more updates with Winter. I don't know. He does do a lot of tricks. He knows 13 tricks. He's really good. He loves food. And yeah, I definitely hope to have a good report on him and I's relationship in the next post. Meaning like where the avoids me behavior is gone. Now look, I don't expect this animal to be by my side 24/7. I have realistic expectations, but I just want it to be like where I come on the bed, he doesn't avoid me, you know what I mean, and just goes off somewhere. Look, if I think of something before I upload this, I'll add it on like I did with the Stapleton update. It's kind of surprising that my lizards update was up before my dogs update. I definitely have a bigger love for my dog because he's my dog. But yeah, I mean, he's well fed. He's given lots of toys, and love. Just thinking for a sec. I mean, look at that. That's his foot. Oh, let's see if I can get it up for the cameras. Big old foot. He does have long nails. He won't let us trim those. Look how quiet, listen to how quiet he is too. Like, he hasn't barked at all during this video. He does like to bark sometimes. But yeah, alright, I'm going to enjoy some time with my buddy, and I'll talk to you guys later. If I have an add-on, it'll most likely just be by myself, not with Winter. So, here, if he's going to allow me to do this. I just want to put his face near the camera. Hold on, let me line this up. I know that's weird, but... Say bye. Go, roof. Speak. Speak. Alright, he doesn't want to do that. He's too relaxed. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace. There is a couple things I want to add on. I do still have Winter with me. It's been almost 45 minutes since I've started holding him, and he's still being good. So I'm happy to report, first of all, that I should have said this. Winter has no health issues whatsoever. He did have fleas, but he was treated with Dawn dish soap, or Dawn something. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was, to be honest, that he was treated with. But he was treated with fleas. He used to have a flea collar when we lived back at the old place. Obviously, we took him up to Crystal River when Hurricane Milton hit. I kind of just mentioned Crystal River. A lot of you guys don't know what happened during Hurricane Milton. We moved up there for a little bit. So my family members' parents allowed us to stay up there. And Winter, of course, came up there. We were not going to leave him behind. We love this animal, so we would not leave him behind. And we took him, of course. So there's another thing. Along with the ice cube game, I did also used to have a 5-gallon bucket. No longer anymore. I do this. I would dip this spray bottle into the 5-gallon bucket. And I would chuck the water at Winter, when I knew he was, like 2 feet out. And he would run around the yard and do zimmies, and that's how I'd wear off some of his energy. And of course, with, Florida summers hitting record temperatures, that wasn't an issue because it would dry. I don't recall doing that in the winter time either. And of course, I use conventional playing methods. The ropes, the tug of war. That's what the ropes mean. Fetch. And yeah. Also his name, Harper came up with the name because of his paws. Here, if I can show you guys this. Let's see. So, if you could see, the paws, I guess, look like snow. I mean, I think we should have named him Bone Crusher. Because that's what I thought back then. Back when we first got him. Now, in 2025, I would say a good name for him would have been Goliath, or Hulk, or King Kong, or I don't know. Tundra, that would have been a cool name. Arctic, Desperado, Bizarro, I don't know. But I believe that's what I've got for now. I'm going to cut this dog loose soon. Well, he's free to leave at any time. I don't know why I said that. He's free to leave at any time, but, yeah. So there he is. He's still doing his thing. Alright. If there's any more things I think about, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Oh, there's one time he actually ripped up some of the carpet in my old room. But yeah. Boom, boom. Alright, thank you guys. Alright, so this is the next day. I'm not holding Winter right now. There were 3 things I forgot. So, first two, one of our family friends, Stephanie, took Winter as a puppy, and doggy sat Winter whilst we saw, I believe it was Shanae in Orlando, or we went to Wisconsin, but I'm pretty sure we saw someone in Orlando, which I believe was Shanae or something. I don't know. I tried to think of what we were doing, but the second time, this girl named Charlotte, I think, and Charlotte's mother Lisa babysat Winter while we went to Universal Studios and Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. I was about to say Universal Studios Orlando and Universal Studios Florida. Yeah, but we went to Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure, and that was only like 3 days that he was babysat. That cost us $225. That was in 2021. That sounds right. The last thing, during a recent thunderstorm, Winter was shaking so hard, or so much. I don't think shaking so hard works. Shaking so much that his paws were rattling on the ground. It sounded like a rattle. Don't worry, he was fine. I held him and gave him lots of love. So yeah, this is it. This is what I could think of. These are the only three things I forgot, so not too bad. Alright, thank you guys for watching Winter's Update. This is the final piece of the puzzle. Three little videos. One big one, 2 little ones. Alright, peace out.